welcome to Let's Talk Art. I'm Amy Reshefsky, for those who don't know me, or will get to know me a little bit. I've been practicing art for over 20 years, and I just want to welcome everybody that's sort of new to coming on today. And because we're live from the Dawn Theater in Boca Raton, Florida. And during the show, if you have some questions, don't feel free to call into the show. Our number is 888-994-4995, and I will we'll show the number a few times today. And I have a wonderful guest today, Carla Golembe. She's an award-winning artist, an illustrator, an author, a teacher, and I'm sure she has a lot more that she's going to share with us today. Okay, so I'd like to start today by returning to a segment of my last show. So if you guys would put number 1 up, please. Okay, there they go. So I have 2 mosaics that I'm showing you today. As I said, I wanted to return to the show last week because I introduced my series called Mosaic Tapestries. And I've been doing this for about a year. It's a completely different medium that I've ever been used to, but you know, when you have reclaimed wood, this to me is like reclaimed paintings. So my original paintings that are stored maybe under the bed or in the closets or wherever, I took them out and started to cut them up in pieces, and then I sit down and I recreate what I call a mosaic tapestry. So the flower on the bottom that you see, that one is a little more dainty than most of my work, but I've used a painted background on this, and it has a little shine to it when you see it up close, and you can see the leaves much better. And they're all different parts of 2, I think those were done with 2 different canvases. And then I'll move to the Faces of Time, the one on the top. It's been a little controversial, but I did it over a year ago, way before Black Lives Matter or any of this stuff that we're going through right now. And I saw, as I was forming it, I saw things starting to look a little bit like faces, so I just stuck eyes in there, and as you can see, they're all weaved in there, and it could be a little Caribbean, it could be anything that you really want it to look like. So anyway, moving along, you can see that my latest series of mosaics, I have an opportunity to see them in many places. You can see them on the Art of Amy Reshefsky on FaceTime, amyreshefsky.com, and also I'm lucky to have them in the Brooklyn Cafe, AMP TV studio. We have a cafe called the Art Cafe, and one day when we get all back to normal, hopefully, we will be able to see them up close and share them with you. So as I mentioned last week, I was having a visit from my grandkids, and they were going to do a project with me. So when they got here, you can put up number 3, please. There's 3 out of 8 of the ones that I love and cherish. Okay, so we did their hands, and we were able to use all the little pieces that I've saved in a bag from all my canvases that I cut up, and they had an amazing time, and the kids were so pleased to be able to work with me because they watch my stuff all the time. And actually one of my grandkids, is the one on the left, is very into art, really amazingly, and the other, and they're twins on the other side, and Kylie's in the middle, and the other twin seems to love cooking. So between cooking with them and doing art, it was such a pleasure. And my kids were, my daughter and son-in-law were thrilled that they were busy with me, and I just cherished every moment of that. So meanwhile, I'm going to stay focused on the mosaic. So if you can go to the hands, please. The next photo. It's coming eventually. Oh, okay, so that's where I got my idea. And I showed this last week, and it had just finished. It's called Together in Sync. And as you can see, it's designed with hands meshing and with the beautiful heart in the middle. And it was just so perfect for the timing. And I know that so many artists right now are so eager to express themselves in what we're going through. And I just thought by taking all these different canvases that I had and I cut the hands out of them and put them together, that it just really tells a beautiful story. And so that's where it went with the kids. So I knew that I had to do their hands. And it's great for anybody that wants to do that with their kids or grandkids. I think it's a wonderful way to share what we're going through. Um, so if and during the show or any of my shows, if you see some art that you really like, or you see my guests that are coming on and they're sharing their art, please feel free to call the studio. Again, the number's at the bottom of the screen, 888-994-4995. It's Studio A, and they'll be able to give you information and to contact the artists. So I really, I'm very excited about what we're doing with the art. And also, I have an opportunity to have my art on the different sets in the radio station, and boy, is that station busy. There's like a show every half hour now. And so they have 5 or 6 sets, and if you turn on to some of their shows, you'll be able to see the artwork. And like I said, if you see anything you like, just let us know. Okay, so we are ready to go to a commercial. We're going to go earlier than normal because I would like to have more to talk with Carla about. So let's go to commercial and let's talk art when we get back.
Come see Amy Reshefsky, an artist here at the gallery. She has a plethora of art styles that will indeed captivate the human spirit, mind, body, and soul. From her vibrant pieces to her most shrouded pieces, come down and see Amy Reshefsky.
Welcome again, and thank you for being here. I'd like to introduce our guest. Carla, are you on? There you are.
Yes,
hey,
welcome.
I am.
Carla. There I am. Hi.
I'm just so happy to have met you, and I did meet you through your new Facebook page, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Can you tell me a little bit about your background, and then we'll go on to looking into your art? So,
Yes, sure. And thank you. I'm delighted to be here. I've always been an artist. I studied art in college and in grad school. I've worked in a number of different media. I was a printmaker for a long time and an illustrator. I've taught college. Now I work primarily in acrylic. And I've been teaching adults since I moved to Florida 16 years ago. And I'm actually currently teaching on Zoom through the Old School Square Creative Art School in Delray Beach. But because of Zoom, I have students from all over the country and all over the world. So art is just not only what I do, it's always been who I am.
Yeah, you live it. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
How are things? Like you said, you've advanced a lot of people because of Zoom, so you have a wider audience now. And how does that? Is that working well?
It's working really well. I was initially a little concerned about how it would be because I really like to create community in the classroom, and I'm a very huggy person,
Right.
but it's working beautifully. People are learning. They're saying it's their happy place. Old School Square Creative Art School has been amazingly supportive with the tech stuff, which is not my strength. And it's been a delight. And also, I think for both my students and myself, for the time that we're involved in the classes, we're not thinking about what else is going on in the world. We're
I
thinking
know.
about paint. We're thinking
That's
about
why I love to
color, and it's great.
away from reality there. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's look at some of your paintings, and then you can discuss them, and then we'll move on to some other topics. So
Okay.
there's your first one. Okay.
Uh, this is the first painting that I did when we went into lockdown in March, when, suddenly everything changed. It's 12 by 12 acrylic with collage. I thought I was terrified of the virus. I still am. But I
Right.
thought, what if I only have one more painting to paint before whatever horrible thing happens? So this is called Loved. And the earth is over her shoulder. I always paint women, and they're maybe versions of me, whatever color their hair or skin is. And then above there are our two cats, Vinny and Zoe, who are part of our family. And then the man on the other side of the canvas on the edge, holding a cat, is my husband, Joe, and he's holding our angel cat, Zippy. But I just
Oh,
felt compelled to paint my family
yeah.
and those who are the closest to me.
Yeah, that's why I said that painting and sitting down and doing the mosaics, it just takes you away from everything. So
Absolutely.
want to do another one?
And
Well, let me ask. Go
yeah,
ahead,
and I
finish.
just wanted to say you can see that there are a lot of little heart shapes floating around in the atmosphere. So let's talk about the next one whenever. Okay, so this is actually right
Yeah,
behind me.
yeah,
And this
beautiful.
painting was inspired by Zoom. And I had never heard of Zoom until um, life changed.
Right.
And Zoom has kept me connected to my friends and, as I said, my students. For Passover, I was participating in a Zoom Seder with a lot of friends from Boston, which was just
Mhm.
really great because they are very old and dear friends. And so here is this woman in the center who is another version of me, and all these people in their little bubbles, and it can be Zoom and it can be Skype and it can be texting and phone calls, but it's the way we all connect. And she's kind of just keeping them moving around, and this
Floating.
one is
Yeah,
30 by 30. I use
nice.
a lot of different techniques. There are some stencils and lots of layering in my paintings. I'll stamp with wine corks, use my fingers. So I get a lot of interesting stuff in the background, and
Beautiful.
wanted to have that kind of glow around her and this atmosphere surrounding her.
Very nice. Cool. All
Thank
right.
you. So the next
Next
one?
one.
Yes.
Oh,
That one is called Gaia, and that's 24 by 36. And for about the last 3.5 years, I have returned to a theme of the woman holding the world, because I feel that the world really needs some nurturing and some love. And I keep trying to find ways to paint her differently. This one, there's actually a lot of iridescence in the ocean and in the dragonflies, and it's showing, and in the bird, as well as some mica flake, which is sparkly stuff. So she's really holding the world, and there's the ocean and fish and birds and
really.
dragonflies and
Very
drippy
cool.
little planet things. These marks just show up in my work. But it's all expressing nurturing, and it's expressing nurturing of nature and nurturing of oneself. And I have been influenced a lot by Indian miniature painting and Byzantine mosaics, as well as Matisse and Chagall. And to me, she's very much like some kind of exotic goddess figure. And my animals, like this bird, and will often be witness figures. So they're
Oh,
almost watching like wise little creatures, from whom
oh, yeah,
we can all learn.
yeah, for sure.
So,
You know, I
and
love the
that
power.
one came from, again, just feeling like the world, wow,
Right,
just more and more
right.
stuff keeps happening. We need nurturing, but I should put here, I paint beauty and I paint joy, and I don't want to paint anger, and I appreciate people who do, and I don't want to paint viruses. I want to paint like where hopefully we can all get to.
Yeah, the future life.
Yeah. Yeah. And where we have to find in ourselves, a place we have to find in ourselves
Right.
to balance.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one,
Mm.
so that one came right after Gaia, and that's called Tikkun Olam, which in Hebrew means healing the world.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
she's looking a little bit more somber. And I go through a lot, as we all do, with the
Emotionally.
news and,
Right.
with living in Florida with the statistics. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that painting happened right after the statistics really jumped. So she's still holding on to that world, but it's darker. She's still got some hope. She's maybe less of an exotic goddess and more of a queen and a nurturer.
Mm-hmm.
This
I love it.
one, the background I wanted to keep very abstract, but to have the feeling of cosmic things flying all over the place. I don't know if you can see on the screen, but the little falling red things are
Yeah.
falling roses.
Okay.
And falling roses show up in my work from time to time, and I think they represent thoughts and dreams and events. I have this whole bunch of symbols that mean stuff to me that other people may look at and say, oh, falling roses. But
It means
she
more.
is
Yeah.
just holding on and saying, come
Yeah.
on,
She's
world,
telling a
we're going to get you
story.
through this.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
You have
And
another one?
then the next one, which I think is the last painting that,
Ah,
um, this is from the time before. This is from my birthday a year or two ago. And it's
keep
called
alive.
Let Them Eat Cake.
Oh.
And,
Well, actually, they're
there's,
all you. They're all the
well,
same
they
face.
are,
So
but they're also me and my friends. And, there's just this wonderful thing of hanging out with your friends and, woman power and drinking wine, which is something that, I really enjoy doing. And
yeah.
I really had a lot of fun painting the cake. So it's a birthday cake. There's
Yeah.
also compositionally a whole thing going on with threes here. So I have the three women, and I have the three glasses of wine and the three plates of cake. So everything is kind of moving around. And yeah, it's all me, though. It's my birthday. I get to be the one in the middle with the tiara, but it's also myself with every woman friend who I have who is dear to me. And so I think in the pandemic time, I've been painting a lot of single figures, but I do also paint two figures and three figures. But this was just fun. And, it's a birthday. She gets wine, she gets cake, she gets flowers, she sparkles.
Perfect.
Um,
Yeah.
and so I can be playful and whimsical as well in my work.
Yeah. It's lovely, really lovely. So let me
So
ask you how
thank you. Thank you. And
I found.
uh,
Oh, I was going to say how I found you with your new Facebook page, socially connected by art, socially distanced connected by art. Could you just tell us a little bit about how it came to pass and how's it doing now, and where you think you're going with it. It's a lot of questions
Yeah.
in one.
Um,
I'm gonna tell everybody about it. So
when classes were canceled and everybody went into lockdown, um, I really love my students and feel connected with them. And suddenly, we're not having classes. So
right.
I thought, well, I'll make this little group because we're going to be in lockdown for a couple of weeks, we thought back in March. And I will invite some of my students who are Facebook friends and some of my friends who are artists. So I think I invited 30 people. And the real focus of this group is absolutely no self promotion, just sharing work that
Mm-hmm.
you've done, whatever level you're on. No hashtags, no websites, no links, just let's share and create community because suddenly we're all in our houses. So that's really what I thought it was going to be, about 30 people. And now there are over 1,300 people from all over the
Amazing.
world. It
Unbelievable.
is amazing. Um, when I first started, I was posting every single day a positive message, a piece of my work. And now I'm posting less, much less. I'm still looking at it every day. And I have two people who are helping me with admin, Ian Ibbotson and Frederica Mogul, who are friends and students, and took over the admin because during this time I broke my wrist. It's
Oh
now
no.
healed, but
Good.
they did that and they've really continued to help. So I feel that the page has created an amazing community, but that it doesn't have to be so much mine anymore. And it's good to know when to let things grow on their own. So I don't need to post every day. I share
Good.
when I have
Again,
something new.
right. No,
And
that's wonderful. So
so,
I think.
that,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I encourage people, if they're interested, to join. The thing is, you have to answer questions to join. You have to say you're not going to promote yourself. You have to say you're going to be kind
Right.
to people. If you don't answer the questions, you don't get into the group. So, for anybody who's interested, we'd love to have you share your art without links and just answer the questions.
Okay. So tell everybody the name of that page again.
It's called Socially Distanced Connected by Art. You can find it on
Okay. And
Facebook.
on Facebook page, and also tell everybody how they can find you.
Well, I am fortunate to have to be the only person with the name Carla Golembe, Golembe, Carla with a C. And you can find me at my website, www.carlagolembe.com. You can find me on Facebook just by searching me. I have a personal page and a professional page. The professional page is just art. The personal page is art with a little bit of politics and a little bit of cat photos. So it kind of depends on what you want. And I think you had my phone number before. The only thing is, if you are going to request to be my friend and I don't know you, please just send me a message through Messenger or post on my page and say, I'm sending you a friend request so that I know that it's not, um,
Okay.
junk.
Yeah, there's
But
so much of that. Yes.
I am easily findable if people spell my name correctly.
Okay. And what do you foresee for the future of what we're doing with the Zooms and the Facebook and everything like that? I mean, like, is it's going to be our future, I suppose, right? I mean, I'd like to go back to being able to people to come in and go into an art gallery real soon, but right now it's really important to be able to share your work, and we need all the different uh, mechanisms or places that we can do it. So, um, one
Um,
thing,
I,
you want to say something?
I was going to just say that I agree with you. I think that hopefully things will return to some kind of normal, but I think it's going to be a while. And I'm so grateful that this didn't happen in 1970 when we didn't have technology. And I think Zoom is a way to connect people, and all these technical ways are ways that people are getting to see more people's art. So that's good, but certainly the in-person stuff would be great to have again,
Right.
hopefully in the not too distant future.
Terrific. Really, really appreciate it. I wish we had a little bit more time, and I'd love to see a demonstration, but it doesn't look like we can fit it in at the moment. So for everybody watching, really appreciate you getting to meet Carla, and also who haven't met me before, hello. And mark your calendars, everybody, because next Tuesday we have Ricky Leiter from the Ricky Report coming on, and I'm sure she will fill a lot of time and with her expertise. And I think it'll be a lot of fun to see her. I think we have just a couple minutes left. So is there anything else you want to add, Carla, before we move on to our
Well,
next
I
show?
want to I want to thank you so much for contacting me and having me on. It's really been a pleasure and great to get to know you a little bit. And
Yeah, we'd love to have
I
you.
just say, everybody keep painting. And if you've never painted before and you're sitting in your house, now's the time. Dive in. It's good to be creative at a time like this.
Yeah, yeah, no, and this is just a wonderful medium, and I hope that a lot of your fans are going to see this program and tell their other friends. And good luck with selling online. Well, not online, but good luck selling this year. And I think the avenues like we just did today it's a perfect way to express yourself. And anybody out there that would like to get in touch with me to maybe have an interview online, just reach out and call the station at 888-994-4995, Studio A. And I think we do have a couple minutes. I can just blab away. But I look forward to next week or the week after. I'm going to start showing my glass art. I do a lot of different things like glass medium. I paint on reclaimed wood. I paint on everything. So I'll be happy to show some of that stuff. And I guess we'll say au revoir and see you next week. And have an artful day. Thanks for sharing.